I'm not sure if you've heard that, but it's raining cats and dogs outside. It's been a while since I made one of these videos. I did not feel inspired to film, but that doesn't mean that I haven't been active. I was posting a lot of Greek mythology inspired photo shoots on my Instagram account. If you want to follow me there, the link is in the description below. Don't forget to check my other Greek mythology videos. The previous one we covered was on Orpheus and Eurydice, tragic love story. If you're someone who doesn't know much about Greek mythology, you probably know Medusa because she's super popular, but you only know her as a vicious monster who turned men who looked at her into stone. Her hair was replaced by snakes and her face, she had a feminine face, but she was pretty scary. The truth is, she's a very misunderstood figure. She's actually a victim in this story. She's not the villain. So there are a lot of versions of this story, obviously, but the one I see most of the time is that Medusa was one of the Gorgon sisters. Basically, her sisters were all beasts and she was mortal. She was very beautiful. She was actually a maiden. She wanted to remain virgin and she devoted herself in the goddess Athena, so she became a priestess in her temple. So being as beautiful as her, it was inevitable to attract a lot of men. Sadly, one of these men was a god, a very popular and powerful god, the god Poseidon. So he kept running after her, trying to convince her and things like that. You know, typical gods who never take no as an answer. At some point went to the temple of Athena to seek refuge and prayed to the goddess to help her, but she did not reply, and so Poseidon had his way with her. Athena was really mad that something like that happened in her temple, that she wasn't able to punish a god like Poseidon, so she had to punish Medusa. The other version says that Athena wanted to protect her from having something like that happen to her again, so she transformed her into a monster so that she could petrify men who were looking at her, which is honestly the best anti-hero origin story, like a woman trying to avenge for her rape, you know, just like Kill Bill. I prefer the version that states that Athena wanted to help her, so she transformed her into a monster, not that just wanted to punish her, because this wasn't her fault. She wasn't able to do anything. She was just, she even tried to seek refuge and pray to the goddess. So I don't know, in Greek mythology, Athena is portrayed as a very wise deity, that most of the time warriors pray to her, because even though she's the goddess of war, she's not like Ares. She likes to resolve conflicts not by violence but by wit, and so a goddess like this doesn't make sense that will punish a woman. Of course, there's another version of Athena, the Roman one, which she's actually called Minerva in the Roman equivalent, and maybe that's why a lot of different versions exist between gods and goddesses of Greek mythology. But yeah, I prefer to believe that. I don't know, let me know in the comments below. And so then Perseus comes to the story, who he had a quest. It's a long story, something about a king who married his mother and blah blah blah. I don't know the details. Long story short, this king asked Medusa's head as a gift because he was sure that Perseus would die in his pursuit of this quest. It is said that Athena and Poseidon helped him slay the monster. Athena gave him a bronze shield that he was able to see the reflection of Medusa and not look at her in the eyes, because that was gonna turn him into stone. And also it is said that he had a helmet that turned him invisible or something, I don't know. So they basically gave him all these items and he was pretty OP. And so he managed to behead Medusa, and because Medusa at that time was pregnant with Poseidon's child, he actually gave birth when she was beheaded. Pegasus was born, he wasn't created by Zeus at Hercules' birthday like the Disney movie depicting. Then Perseus just flew with Pegasus, and actually his way back he managed to turn Atlas the Titan into stone with Medusa's head. So even in death, Medusa is actually doing good. Even if she was raped, turned into a monster, slayered, she was still good, she was still doing something good. Although I really prefer the version where Athena turns her into a monster so that she could avenge for what happened to her. I don't know, again, a lot of versions, I'm just here to narrate. Please let me know what you think about this story, because it's a very sad and tragic story, and I really don't like Medusa being depicted as a bad person. I really don't like her being a villain in different movies, games and things like that. So there's a statue in New York. It's outside of a court that specifies in sexual assault cases. I think it even had the case of Harvey Weinstein. But yeah, it's basically a statue of Medusa with Perseus' head on her hands, and it's basically there to remind that we shouldn't blame the victim in cases like this. It's really important to understand and to hear all the voices for justice and not just blame without knowing. I will try to find the image and insert it there of the statue. I love when I see Greek mythology art, sculptures and things like that contributing to a good cause like that. I really like the symbolism in that, and I hope that we'll stop blaming women or men, but in most cases women, when something like that happened, like, well, oh, look at the way she dressed, or she was asking for it, things like that. That's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There's a lot of shit going out, like a lot of rain and thunder, yeah. I'm planning to make more videos, but on stories that are not very popular. I've also found some books that I used to read when I was a little child. I even have a video reacting to me opening these books after 10 years. If you want to watch it, I'll leave the link somewhere here. But yeah, I found a lot of stories inside. There are a lot of stories that are not Greek mythology related, but they're very unpopular, and I think that's great. It's good to talk about myths that are very popular because you hear a lot of opinions and things like that. But in my case, I prefer the unpopular ones because I think this is why most people come here, you know, to hear something they haven't heard before. So we're gonna do that. I am planning on it, especially now and during holidays. I'm very much in the mood for narrating. I love narrating. I don't know, I hope I'm doing a good job, because English is not my first language. I'm really trying to implement my personality here. It's hard, it's somewhat lost in translation, I think. Enough chit-chatting. I will see you in the next video. Stay safe till then, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Yeah. Bye!